Hi guys, Mr. K here again. And today we're going to start our unit on the Three Little Pigs. And we're going to learn all about the story of the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf. I think most of you know that story. If you don't, we're going to listen to the original version being read, a version by James Marshall. And then we're going to visit some other versions of the story and some that are really silly and different because this is a story, a tale that can be told in different ways, and it's really fun. One of the things I would love to do is let's us do some directed drawings of some silly little pigs and a big, silly, big bad wolf, and we can write a little sentence and maybe create just a simple 4-page little story that we can do. Does that sound okay? Good. Well, I sketched up a little pig that I thought would make a good first little pig. And we can change the outfits on these pigs, but maybe we'll make different things on them so that they're each a little different. But I sketched this one up and see what you think of that little pig. He has got a handful of straw because, you know, in the story, the first little pig builds his house out of straw. So I know I did this as a pencil sketch, but I think I can do it with the Sharpie marker. You guys can do it in pencil. Pencil is a fun thing to sketch with, but we can also color it and then I'll write the sentence, okay? All right, so I have to move my camera as usual here so you can get up a little closer. Let's see. Let me move this and we'll get you guys up a little closer. How's that? I think that's perfect. Okay. So I'll put my little piggy thing down here so I can see it. So we're going to start off. This piggy has a really round head. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do a good size circle. I'm going to just la 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 la. A nice circle. Now if you do yours out of pencil, you'll be able to erase and do the lines. I won't be able to do that. So I'm going to come up here, and right up here, I'm going to do a line going up like this, and then I'm going to curve it down like that. And I'm going to curve it back like that. That is one of the floppy ears. And I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do the same thing. Go up this way, go down out this way, and come back up like that. So we have our 2 floppy ears for our piggy. Now, I want this piggy to have a big snout. So I'm going to make the snout, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to make the snout kind of like a big rainbow right there. Can you do a big rainbow like that? And then I'm not going to make it I'm going to curve it around and go up and down and over like that. And then I'm going to give it a nostril. A nostril is kind of like a curl in the ear. That looks like a C on that side. And this is going to look like like a backward C over here. I have my 2 my nostrils on that piggy there. And I want this piggy to be kind of silly. So I'm going to give it 2 little eyes kind of close together. And I'm going to make one just a little higher than the other. So it kind of has like a little puzzled look. Now, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make kind of like a smile face like that. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, watch what I do. I'm going to go down and then up right in the middle like that. What is that? Yeah, that's its mouth. Its mouth is kind of open. And I'm going to go over here and just give it a little curl like that. And I won't have to do anything on this side because we're going to do a little bit of a cheek over there. Good. So we have a little silly face there. Now we can make the snouts a little bit. If I want to close them in just a little bit more, I can like that. Good. So we have that piggy. Has a little happy face just like that. But I want to give the piggy a little smaller body and stuff. I don't want it to be a big body. So I'm going to come down like this and just give it a little shoulder here. And I'm going to come over here, and this one's going to be just like our Student of the Week page. He's going to be holding it up. Remember how we did that with the hands kind of holding up and waving? So I'm going to make this one go up like this. And I'm going to put a little shirt on him and come back like this. And then down. And this side over here is going to have a little sleeve on it there. And we'll come down like this. And we'll give him, this guy, I think instead of overalls on this guy, let's give him a little shirt maybe. We'll just give him a little like dress shirt. So we'll make a belly over here like that. And let's give him a little collar. We'll go down and curve up like that. And we can go down like that. We'll give him buttons. Some buttons on that. Like that. And then let's go on this side. And we'll curl up and over, and we'll go up like that. So he has a little shirt on, that little piggy. So I'll close it up like this and like that. That's his little shirt. And we'll give him just little hands like this. I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Just little fingers. Look how tiny his little arms are. And then this one over here, we're gonna have it go up like this, and I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna make it kind of look like a circle, like that. And then I'm gonna just go down like this. Now, what we're gonna do is, he's gonna have a little thumb up there like that. He's gonna have some fingers. Let's do little fingers like this. And he's gonna be carrying some straw. So I could even go like this and just put some lines in there, because they're just gonna be like he's holding real tall grass like that. Okay? Now, I'm gonna put little tiny pants on him. Just like this. Go up a little bit, go over, go down. Look at those little, and I'll just put little tiny feet on him. He'll have little shoes. And he is the piggy that's going to buy the straw. So if we want to, we can make the line for the horizon line. You remember how we did that in some of our other drawings? That's the line of the earth. So this is the sky and this is the ground. And I think that looks pretty good, just like that. He bought some straw. So should we draw a little straw house over here on the side? Way over here. We'll put a little, it's like way in the distance. So let's see. Let's just make a little house. We're going to just make a little, let's just make it look like a little house. Like that. With a little door. Like that. We'll put a little doorknob on. And let's give it just a little bit of a roof like that. And then what we'll do, let's just make it so it looks like it's kind of fuzzy. See how I'm just making... Now, what is that supposed to be? Right, that just means it's made out of straw. See, it's kind of like it's made out of a hairy grass or something. Now, when we go back and we color this picture, we can color it yellow and it'll be like that. So that's his little house that he made out of straw. So before we color it, let's go ahead and write our sentence about this piggy. So we're going to start over here, and we're going to write, this little pig had straw. Okay? So we're going to start right here. Now, maybe Mr. K needs to move this so we can see the letters a little bit better as I write them. Let's see. So this one's going to be an uppercase T. So uppercase T, one line down, and then go across the top. T. Lowercase h, one line down, back up, a bump. Just like that. Lowercase I, with a dot, and an S. This. That's one of our sight words. This. And then a finger space. This. Little. L. I. T. Another T. An L. And an E. Little. That's one of our sight words too. This little, and finger space, pig. P with the tail going below the ground. I with a dot. G, magic C, and a monkey tail curved underneath with the tail. This little pig, finger space, had. So, H, A, D. This little pig had straw. He bought straw. So, finger space and straw. S, T, R, A, W. Period. So, I'm hoping you guys can see that. Let me move this back a little bit so you can maybe have a little bit more room. Straw, period. All right, we have our little piggy, and he bought, this little pig had straw. You know what the next one's gonna have, right? Right, sticks. And the last guy's gonna have some brick. So now we get to color our picture. And with these little piggies, the first thing I'm gonna do to give this piggy some skin tone and stuff is what I usually do. I'm gonna take some yellow and I'm gonna just give it a nice light yellow all over the piggy. Not in his mouth, maybe. Well, I don't know, maybe in his mouth. I'll just give him all over this part, his ears and his cheeks. And I don't want to do it on his shirt. And I do want to do it on his hands and his arms. And I know that the straw is going to be yellow too, so I better put some yellow on that straw like this. And what about the straw house? Yeah, I'll give the straw house, I'll make it like a yellow color too. Now we can put other colors up on top of it. So that's pretty good. We have a nice coating for our little piggy, but I'm not done because this is not the story of the 3 little yellow pigs. This is the story of the 3 little pigs, and I want this piggy to have, I'm gonna go with a soft orange on top. There, that's gonna give it a nice peachy color. And do you remember that when we were talking about our shapes, we talked about spheres? Now this piggy, all 3 of these piggies are going to be, they have sphere-shaped heads for sure. Piggies are nice and fat and round and stuff, so they have a nice sphere-shaped head. So see how I gave him that nice color there? I could even do it on the snout, even though I'm going to do the snout a little bit more pinky color later. I gave him a nice peachy color. Look how much more peachy that looks than the hands. They're like a lemon yellow. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to put some peach on there, but I'm not going to put peach on the straw. I'm not going to do the orange on the straw or over there. So I'm going to do this. Now, I'm going to, before I take my red crayon, I'm going to take my pink and I'm going to just give a little bit of shading on the edge over here. You remember how our spheres, it's just like a ball on the playground. The sunlight hits the top, but as it curves around, as it curves to this bottom side, it's going to have a little deeper color. And underneath the snout, it's going to have a little bit more color down under there. So a little bit more orange in there, a little bit more on the cheeks, like that. And maybe a little bit more on this flap of the ear up here. See how it has a little darker color of orange there? And I'm going to do the same under the hand, on the bottom of the hand and the inner part of this one. I'm going to go like that. Now what I want to do is, I want to stay with the same kind of color, a pinky pig, a pinky peachy colored pig. I'm going to take my red, but I have to be careful. I don't want to press too hard with the red, or he's going to look like he's bleeding or something. So I want to start on the cheeks, and I'm just going to tickle, 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 tickle tickle, 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 tickle with the, and look at that. I'm giving him a nice cheeky color. And I'll give this a little cheeky, like he's been out in the sun a little bit on this side. And give him that nice, right there. Look at how he has that nice red cheeky color. And actually, I want to do the same thing on the snout. I'm going to give the whole snout a little bit more pink color. And especially on the bottom. See how I'm going a little bit more red? I'm not pressing too hard. I'm just giving it a little bit more right there on the bottom. A little bit more pink. And I'm going to come right down here and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go right down and give it a little bit more peachy pink on this side over here. And that's going to make him look like he has more of a round sphere shape of a head. Give him some nice color there. I'm going to come up here and give him some pinky peach color on his ears. Just like that. Look at that. See how he has more color in that face now? Good. I can put a little bit, I'll put a little bit more peachy pink up in this cheek too. I want him to have two really nice rosy cheeks. Just like that. Just like his mama, before he went out to go look for, she pinched his cheek and said, "Oh, my lovely little pig." And I might just do a little bit deeper red right in those nostrils there, like that. Good. Now, we can give him just a little bit of pink inside the mouth. I'm going to do a little darker in there in a little bit, but I'll just do a little bit of red in there like that. Just soft, soft, soft. Good. So we have our skin tone on our little piggy. Now we have to decide if he's wearing a white shirt. Maybe he's wearing a white dress shirt. He's really fancy and stuff like that. What color is going to be the shading on a white shirt? Right. It's just going to show up a little light blue. So right underneath his cheek there, right under here, we want it to look like his head is casting a little shadow, and in these spots on his shoulder, just a little light blue. And then on the sides down here, where it goes around his belly, I'm just gonna put, and maybe a little bit there, and under his arm over here, because he's got his arm up and the sun is on the top, so it's gonna be just a little bit blue. See how it's just a little bit blue on the sides? Maybe a little darker blue where it would be more shading right under there. And maybe where his face is right over here causing a little bit of a shadow. See where his head would cause a little bit of shadow of blue there? That makes it look like he has shading on there. Okay, like the sun is coming down on there. Okay, so we have that. What color are his pants gonna be? Should we give him some blue jeans, or maybe some darker blue jeans, or maybe some brown pants? Let's give him some brown slacks. That'll be nice. So I'm gonna just go with my light brown and give him some nice light brown slacks. And I'll make them a little darker on the edges where they go around to the back. Just like that. It just gives them a little bit more volume, a little bit more shape there. I'll make them a little darker on the sides over here and here. And I think I'm gonna give him some, boy, that would be fancy if he was wearing white shoes, huh? He'd be like some country club pig. But I think I'm gonna just do a little bit of black for his shoes. I'll do black for the shoes. And I'm gonna take my black now, and I wanna be very careful with this. I wanna go up here in his mouth area, and I wanna start at the top, and I'm just gonna give him some shading under that snout, so it looks like his mouth goes, I'm gonna not do it all the way to the bottom. I want to still see some of the light red right here, but I'm gonna do it a little darker right up underneath. So it looks like his mouth goes way back in a cave like that, okay? Good. We have a nice little pig there. He has a nice little house. I think I'm going to give that straw. I forgot when I had my brown crayon out doing his pants. I'm going to give some straw like this. I'm going to just slash with the yellow so that the straw is yellow and brown like that. Maybe make it a little darker brown in there. And I'm going to do the same thing to the house. I'm going to make the door brown. And I'm just going to give it some, let's give it some brown slashes with the yellow. Good. Now, if you would like, I'm not going to do it with mine, but if you would like, you could do green grass here, and you could do a blue sky, whatever you'd like to do. But I'm going to just leave this guy like this. And he is the first pig in our story. I think he's pretty cute, so I'm going to move this back like this so you guys can see Mr. K moves up. So this is our first little piggy in our story of the 3 little pigs. And we'll do another guy carrying some sticks. He'll be building his house out of sticks. Not a great idea. And then the third brother, maybe sister, who has decided to build their house out of bricks. Good idea. Okay, guys, we'll see you on the next drawing. Thanks.